Hello and welcome to my first video on this channel. So my name is Ray and this is my foray into Booktube. So yeah, I just thought I would come here and talk to you about the books that I'm currently reading and a little bit of my April TBR and see where this goes. So the first book is Talking at Night by Claire Daverley, and this is not my usual type of book, but I am enjoying it. I'm, quite a way into it. I'm 274 pages in, and yeah, so this is very much just a book about two people and their journey of being together, not quite being together. It's very as it does say, it's very sort of normal people / one day type of thing. It follows two people through their life, and yeah, it's interesting. The one thing I would say, there's no like speech marks or anything like that in there, which is a little bit weird to me, but it is overall enjoyable, and I'm hoping that I can get this finished possibly tonight, if not tomorrow morning. So yeah, that is my physical book that I'm currently reading. And then on my Kindle, because I always have a physical book and a Kindle book, and this is the worst cover, but I'm reading Priest. I can't really see it. I'll try and put a thing here, Priest. I might put the nicer cover, Priest by Sara Simone. This is one that was all over BookTok and Instagram, and everybody has loved it. And because I'm Kindle Limited, I thought I'd give it a go. I'm about 40% of the way through, so obviously it's about a priest, it's very spicy, and yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I'm about 40% of the way through, and yeah, I think it's more smut than plot, which is fine. But I'm just not sure that the religious aspect of it and that whole thing is really for me. But I will keep going and see how I feel. At the beginning of 2026, I decided to try and do a little monthly TBR, because what I would usually do is I just go to the shelf, pick a book that I fancied reading, and then once I was done with that, go to the shelf, pick up another one. And I found that I wasn't picking books that I'd had on the shelf for a long time. I was just picking the newest book or that kind of thing because it was fresh. So I decided to start selecting books off my shelf, some of them that had been on there for a while, some relatively new ones, just to try and mix things up a bit. And so obviously Talking at Night was one of them, and then I have 4 more physical books that I would like to talk about. So the first one is 4 to Score by Evanovich. I don't even know if that's pronounced correctly. So this is the 4th book in the Stephanie Plum series. This is actually a reread for me. I read these when I was a teenager. I used to get them out of the library, and a few years ago I found quite a few of them in our local charity shop, and I just thought, I'll pick those up. So what I've been doing is reading through and then donating them back, because they're not ones that I'm really that bothered about keeping. So Stephanie Plum is a bounty hunter, and she's not particularly good at it. So her cousin owns this bounty hunting business and she needed a job, so she decides to become a bounty hunter, and it's just about her shenanigans, and they are just fun easy reads. As I said, they're quite nostalgic for me because they are something that I used to read quite a long time ago, and they're, as I said, yeah, just a bit of fun, quite easy to read and then just move on from. So there's that. The next book, these aren't in any particular order, these are just the order that I picked them up, is Swift and Saddled by Lyla Sage. So this is the second book in the, where is it? Rebel Blue Ranch series. So this one I actually picked up from Amazon. So I picked up the first, third and fourth one in it was one of those, like, it wasn't quite a charity shop, but there was like a charity selection, and I didn't realise that the second book wasn't, well, I didn't realise I hadn't got the second book, so I picked this up from Amazon so that it would match all the others and I could read it. So yeah, this one I think follows one of the brothers. Obviously each book is about a brother who lives on this ranch, and they all are cowboys and that kind of thing, and this one is about Western. And yeah, I've seen everybody talk about these. I have read the first one, I did enjoy it, I thought it was quite, fun, easy read. I just love the covers of these, I just think they're so pretty, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting into this one. The third book is, I've just realised that all of these are sequels, or well, books in series. This is Give Me More by Sara, Cate, and this is the third book in the Salacious Players Club series, and I've read the first two. So these books are quite spicy. They are all centred around the Salacious Players Club, which is a club that people, a group of friends, all decided to set up to do with their very particular kinks and desires, and so each book follows a different person who own the club, and this one is seems like it's a friends to lovers type. So yeah, the first one is like an age gap forbidden. It's like ex-boyfriend's dad. The second one was step siblings, which wasn't really my favourite. And then yes, this one it's about best friends. And yeah, I'm really interested to get into this one. I actually had the series of these for me. My husband bought them for our anniversary, so that's been really good. And then the final book is completely different to everything else that I have spoken about so far, and that is Some Lucky Day by Ellie Dean, and this is, what number is this? This is book 7. This is all about Cliffhaven boarding house. So this book and all these books, so I really enjoy things set in the 1940s, that kind of thing, and my nan also loves these books, so she read all of them. There's I think 20 or so in the series, might be more, and she read them all and gifted them to me, and I do like them as like a bit of a palate cleanser. They're nice, easy reads. As I said, it's about a boarding house, and each book is about a new lodger at the boarding house and how they got there, and each book is a year typically, so it's like each year of the war. So this one is 1942, and it's about the main person who owns it, Peggy, her family, and then whoever the lodger is at the time, and then it also brings all the characters in from previous books and things like that. And yeah, they are, as I said, just fun, easy, wartime, romancy type books. And yeah, my nan gave them to me. I read one, and then I just donate them because we don't really keep them. But they're just, as I said, just sometimes nice, fun, easy read. And yeah, just as I said, I just read. I'll read anything. I read a lot of different genres, and yeah, see how this is. So yeah, those are the books that I am aiming to read during April. These are the books that I have not yet read, and then obviously we have Talking at Night, which I am quite a way through, and yeah, I will see how we get on. In terms of Kindle, I do have Kindle Unlimited. I do have quite a lot of books on my Kindle. I don't tend to set a TBR for that. I just pick what the next book is and go from there, because I feel like with my physical books, they take up space. So there's quite a few books that I would like to read but don't tend to keep. So that's why I like to prioritise some of these that have been on the shelves for a little bit longer, so that I can read them, and then at least 2 of those will be donated, and that will, you know, free up some books on my shelves. So yeah, let me know if you have read any of these books, if there's any that you really enjoyed, what you thought of them. I do have a Bookstagram and a book talk. That the book talk, don't really use it all that much, but I do have a Bookstagram, so I will link those both in the description box if you'd like to check those out, and hopefully I will see you in your next one. Okay, bye.